discussed about different trees and different edibles. And in this video, we were discussing about some simple and easy to grow flowering plants that will not die on you. So let's get started. Come with me.
First and foremost, let me show you the most treasured plant of my collection, the bonsai. In case anyone is not aware, bonsai is a Japanese art form which uses certain techniques to create a miniature form of full-size tree. This is the ficus bonsai. We have kept it in full sunlight, but it can tolerate partial sunlight also. We have used garden soil with 20% coco peat. Bonsai requires regular pruning to stay in its miniature form. It requires repotting around every 3 years. We have grown them in 10-inch pots. This is the ficus panda bonsai. You can keep it in your balcony to increase the aesthetic appeal of the house. It has a really thick trunk, as you can see, and dark green dense leaves. It generally blooms in the monsoon. As you can see here, their leaves have a waxy coating in them. Whenever leaves have such waxy coating like this means that it helps prevent the burn of leaves in high temperature. You can see the same thing in rubber plant. This implies that these plants can sustain very high temperature and it requires abundance of sunlight. Next up we have Kaner, also known as oleander. If you look closely, you will find a waxy coating in their leaves. They have sort of like a rough edge to it, which proves that it can tolerate very high temperature.
Now here is a pro tip from a gardener. So in case you ever find that any flower that is shrunk, I'll suggest you to please remove that flower. Now the reason is that, so basically why do a plant bloom? So that it can attract pollinators and have more seeds. So once the flower is getting shrunk, it will invest all its energy in making seeds, but we don't want that, right? We want it to bloom more. So whenever there is any shrunk flower, please remove all these dead flowers, and actually the plant will invest all of its energy in making more flowers, and that's what we want, right? Try this trick and let me know in the comment section whether it has improved your blooming or not.
Next up we have Euphorbia milli, also known as the crown of thorns. This is a succulent plant which grows at a height of mostly 3 feet. You can use organic fertilizers once a month. One thing which I do is loosen the top soil so that it can take all the nutrients and the moisture in. It blooms the whole year, so it's a really ornamental plant to keep in the house. Keep it in a place where it gets around 4 to 5 hours of direct sunlight to bloom every day. This plant comes in various colors. You can try red, yellow, ivory, peach, whatever. Beware while pruning, as the thorns are really thick, and wear gloves as the leaves have a toxic milky substance in them which causes irritation to your skin. Next up, we have the most common household plant, that is the Sada Bahaar or the Vinca rosea. It's also known as the periwinkle plant. This is a perennial plant, which means that it can grow all the year round. This plant is a hero plant for Indian summers. It can sustain the Indian hot, humid summers really well. It's a really cheap plant. It'll cost you hardly 20 bucks. During monsoons, make sure that the soil is well drained and you're good to go. Avoid the evening sun as they are generally too harsh for the plant. There are various color shades of this plant like pink, red, white, etc. It requires moderate watering like 2 to 3 times in a day. It sometimes have spider mites or ants in them. What I generally use is a shampooing solution. I want to clarify one thing, that this video was shot almost 3 months back during the monsoon time. But I was so much engrossed in other stuffs that I did not get time to edit this. Finally, I thought that let me put this out because it took so much time for me to film this. I really did not want all my efforts to go in vain.
You can even add phosphorus rich fertilizer to your plants that will actually improve its blooming. So phosphorus helps in releasing those hormones that help to bloom. If you don't want to add any chemical fertilizers, you can just use the banana peel. That's what I do. You can actually put the banana peel in a bowl of water and keep it for 2 days and use that water. That is really helpful. Trust me, I have tried this trick many times. You can also use an NPK solution, that's a seaweed solution. I'll do one thing, I'll provide the link of the NPK solution that I use. In case anyone is interested, you can definitely go and buy that. If you buy that one bottle, it will last you for almost 2 years. It's really cheap, and the most important thing is that it's also organic.
This is a different variety from the common Exora. It's known as the Singaporean Exora. It has various other names such as West Indian Jasmine, Flame of Woods or Jungle Flame. It's mostly an evergreen shrub. It can really lit up your entire garden and produce large clusters of tiny flowers in the summer. I love the color and the intricate design that it gives. The plants blossom leathery leaves ranging from 3 to 6 inches in length. You have to closely monitor Exora. It uses the same fertilizers which I'll be talking later on. Enjoy this amazing bright yellow flower in a shrub. This is called Tecoma or Cape honeysuckle. The golden yellow trumpet-shaped flowers are the star attraction. It generally grows in early monsoons. They have really sharp green leaves. The name is equally exotic as its looks. This beauty is called the Scarlet Passion flower. It's a wild creeper or climber. It's really fast-growing vine native in South America. The passion flower with its various parts is seen as a symbol of Jesus' scourging, crowning with thorns and crucifixion. Now this is the plant for urban gardener as well. The hibiscus, which is also known as the China rose. You can even start your plants in water from a cutting. It adds a tropical touch to your garden. It's a really low maintenance plant that blooms throughout the year. If grown in ground, it can turn out to be really huge. It's attractive to butterflies. Even this comes in various shades such as red, pink, violet, white, orange, yellow. The red and the pink being the most common ones. One cool thing about this plant is I can even use it to make my hibiscus tea in the evening or even in my DIY skincare, etc. Hibiscus loves warm temperature. Make sure that you do not overwater it. Try a sticky test. If it sticks to your finger, then refrain from watering. Well, if anyone remembers, in the part 1 of my gardening series, I had accepted that I am not a flower-loving girl. Well, that still persists, and I am 100% standing by that statement. All these flowering plants are my father-in-law's efforts. This is another variety of hibiscus which is also known as the peach double. Now coming to the classic marigold or genda. Even this has a different variety. This is a really sturdy plant. I tried growing marigold in Delhi, but it was a miss, maybe because of the dry and the warm weather which is prevailing there. It's really easy to propagate. I'll suggest you to let 2 or 3 flowers dry completely so that they can actually make their seeds and germinate it, so that you can use later on in making more plants. Like aloe vera, it actually helps in shooing away mosquitoes. It attracts butterflies and lots of pollinators that help in your vegetable gardening. In our fast-paced lifestyle, the real currency is time. This COVID time has allowed us to pause a bit and enjoy the beautiful things around us judiciously, to spend time on things we actually love to do. I love to step out of the house for 15-20 minutes in the evening. Earlier, due to office, it was not possible, but now these afternoon walks are my favorite time. I love the sound of the rain, the smell of the mud, the color of the grey skies. The ultimate luxury is being able to relax and enjoy your home.
I know you've done your part, it's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up, just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good.
That is all for my flowering series. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video. Remember guys, for you it's just 1 like or 1 thumbs up, but for us YouTubers it gives a huge help in building our channel. Please like, subscribe and comment in the comment section whether you want more such gardening videos or not. Till then, bye bye.
Don't give up, just hold on tight. It'll be alright.